Hello, everyone.
Today in history, April 28th.
120 for the Battle of Hormuzgan is fought. Ardashir I defeats and kills Artabanus V, effectively ending the Parthian Empire.
357. Emperor Constantius II enters Rome, for the first time to celebrate his victory over Magnus Magnentius. 1192. Assassination of Conrad of Menfra. Conrad I, King of Jerusalem and Tyre. 2 days after, his title to the throne is confirmed by election. The killing is carried out by Hashashin.
1253 Nichiren, a Japanese Buddhist monk, propounds Namumerhu Renchkai for the very first time and declares it to be the essence of Buddhism, in effect founding Nichiren Buddhism.
1290 for Tatemur, grandson of Kublai, is elected Khagan of the Mongols with the reigning title Uljaitu.
1503. The Battle of Saragnola is fought. It is noted as one of the first European battles in history won by small arms fire using gunpowder.
1611. Establishment of the Pontifical and Royal University of Santo Tomas, the Catholic University of the Philippines, the largest Catholic university in the world.
1625. A combined Spanish and Portuguese fleet of 52 ships commences the recapture of Bahia from the Dutch during the Dutch-Portuguese War. 1758. The Marathas defeat the Afghans in the Battle of Attock and capture the city.
1788. Maryland becomes the seventh state to ratify the United States Constitution.
1789. Mutiny on the Bounty. Lieutenant William Bligh and 18 sailors are set adrift, and the rebel crew returns to Tahiti briefly and then sets sail for Pitcairn Island. 1792. France invades the Austrian Netherlands, present-day Belgium and Luxembourg, beginning the French Revolutionary Wars.
1794. Sardinians, headed by Giovanni Maria Angioi, start a revolution against the Savoy domination, expelling Viceroy Balbiano and his officials from Cagliari, the capital and largest city of the island.
1796. The Armistice of Carrasco is signed by Napoleon Bonaparte and Vittorio Amadeo III, King of Sardinia, expanding French territory along the Mediterranean coast.
1869. Chinese and Irish laborers for the Central Pacific Railroad working on the first transcontinental railroad lay 10 miles of track in one day, a feat which has never been matched.
1881. Billy the Kid escapes from the Lincoln County Jail in Missoula, New Mexico.
1887. A week after being arrested by the Prussian secret police, French police inspector Guillaume Schneebel is released on order of William I, German emperor, diffusing a possible war.
1910. Frenchman Louis Paulhan wins the 1910 London to Manchester air race, the first long-distance aeroplane race in the United Kingdom.
1920. The Azerbaijan Soviet Socialist Republic is founded.
1923. Wembley Stadium is opened, named initially as the Empire Stadium.
1930. The Independence producers hosted the first night game in the history of organized baseball in Independence, Kansas.
1941. The Usti massacred nearly 200 Serbs in the village of Gudovac, the first massacre of their genocidal campaign against Serbs of the independent state of Croatia.
1944. World War II. 9 German E-boats attacked US and UK units during Exercise Tiger, the rehearsal for the Normandy landings, killing 946.
1945. Benito Mussolini and his mistress, Clara Petacci, are shot dead by Walter Audisio, a member of the Italian resistance movement.
1945. The Holocaust. Nazi Germany carries out its final use of gas chambers to execute 33 upper Austrian socialist and communist leaders in Mauthausen concentration camp.
1947. Thor Heyerdahl and 5 crewmates set out from Peru on the Contiki to demonstrate that Peruvian natives could have settled Polynesia.
1948.
Igor Stravinsky conducted. The premiere of his American ballet, Orpheus, at the New York City Center.
1949. The Hukbalahap are accused of assassinating former First Lady of the Philippines, Aurora Quezon, while she is en route to dedicate a hospital in memory of her late husband. Her daughter and 10 others are also killed.
1952. Dwight D. Eisenhower resigns as Supreme Allied Commander of NATO in order to campaign in the 1950 United States presidential election. 1950 the Treaty of San Francisco comes into effect, restoring Japanese sovereignty and ending its state of war with most of the allies of World War II.
1952, the Sino-Japanese Peace Treaty. Treaty of Taipei is signed in Taipei, Taiwan, between Japan and the Republic of China to officially end the Second Sino-Japanese War.
1965, United States occupation of the Dominican Republic. American troops land in the Dominican Republic to forestall establishment of a communist dictatorship and to evacuate U.S. Army troops.
1967, Vietnam War. Boxer Muhammad Ali refuses his induction into the United States Army and is subsequently stripped of his championship and license.
1969, Charles de Gaulle resigns as President of France. 1970, Vietnam War. U.S. President Richard Nixon formally authorizes American combat troops to take part in the Cambodian campaign.
1973, The Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. Recorded in Abbey Road Studios, goes to #1 on the U.S. Billboard chart, beginning a record-breaking 741-week chart run.
1975, General Cao Vien Vien, chief of the South Vietnamese military, departs for the U.S. as the North Vietnamese army closes in on victory.
1977, the Red Army faction trial ends, with Andreas Baader, Gudrun Ensslin and Jan Karl Raspe found guilty of 4 counts of murder and more than 30 counts of attempted murder.
1978, the President of Afghanistan, Mohammed Daoud Khan, is overthrown and assassinated in a coup led by pro-communist rebels.
1986, high levels of radiation resulting from the Chernobyl disaster are detected at a nuclear power plant in Sweden, leading Soviet authorities to publicly announce the accident.
1988, near Maui, Hawaii, flight attendant Clarabelle C.B. Lansing is blown out of Aloha Airlines Flight 243, a Boeing 737, and falls to her death when part of the plane's fuselage rips open in mid-flight.
1990, for former Central Intelligence Agency counterintelligence officer and analyst Aldrich Ames pleads guilty to giving U.S. secrets to the Soviet Union and later Russia.
1996, Whitewater controversy. President Bill Clinton gives a 412-hour videotape testimony for the defense.
1996, Port Arthur massacre, Tasmania. A gunman, Martin Bryant, opens fire at the Broad Arrow Cafe in Port Arthur, Tasmania, killing 35 people and wounding 23 others.
2004, CBS News released evidence of T. Abu Ghraib torture and prisoner abuse. The photographs show rape and abuse from the American troops over Iraqi detainees. Mujahideen Victory Day, Afghanistan.
National Heroes Day,
Barbados.
Restoration of Sovereignty Day, Japan.
Workers' Memorial Day and World Day for Safety and Health at Work International.
National Day of Mourning, Canada.
Thanks for watching.